Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and today I'm going to bring you guys the ultimate guide to unlocking your iPhone. Now in this guide I'm going to go over the three major types of unlocks and which type I think is the best. Since I first created my YouTube channel and started uploading videos, I've received a countless number of questions related to unlocking. For those of you who don't know, unlocking your iPhone is fundamentally different than jailbreaking in the sense that it allows you to use your iPhone on other carriers besides the one it was initially intended for. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, there are three major types of unlocks, and let's go over those now. Now each of these types of unlocks has their advantages and disadvantages. To start off, let's go over the least practical type of unlock, and that's a software unlock. As of now, there's really only one software unlock, and that's Ultra Snow for either your iPhone 3GS or your iPhone 4. Now, while Ultra Snow is free, it has significant limitations. Your iPhone has to have a certain baseband in order to install Ultra Snow, use it, and unlock your phone. And if you have an iPhone 4, it can only be on baseband 01.59.00, which is essentially the baseband that it launched with. So if you've updated your iPhone 4 since it was first released, then you will most definitely have a higher baseband than 01.59.00. The only way to preserve your baseband or modem firmware is to actually create a custom firmware jailbreak and update. So if you haven't done that, then you will not be able to use Ultra Snow on either your iPhone 4 or your iPhone 3GS. Now let's go over to the second type of unlock, and that's the hardware unlock. The most common hardware unlock is actually the JeviSIM, and I have one inside of my iPhone 4S right here. Let me just go ahead and eject the SIM tray, and let's get a close-up of the JeviSIM. So as I mentioned, this is a hardware unlock. Essentially, you just put any SIM card inside of this device here, and once you insert it inside of your iPhone, in theory, it should unlock your iPhone. However, hardware unlocks do have their limitations, such as only being able to support certain devices, certain firmwares, and certain basebands. So if you update, you run the risk of not being able to use your hardware unlock. Let me just go ahead and give you guys an example. I have a T-Mobile prepaid SIM card inside of this JeviSIM tool here. Let me go ahead and just insert it inside the iPhone 4S. And once I do that, you will notice that it still says no SIM up in the left-hand corner. That is because, unfortunately, this iPhone's baseband is too high and it will not work with the JeviSIM Ultra S. So that's the hardware unlock. While they do work, again, they have their limitations. Now, the third and final type of major unlock is a IMEI unlock, and this is by far the best in my opinion. It works essentially by having someone from the original carrier input your iPhone's IMEI into the carrier's IMEI whitelist database, and then it should be able to use any SIM card and it will be permanently unlocked forever. It doesn't matter which firmware you're on, it doesn't matter which device you have, or even which modem firmware or baseband it has. Once it's unlocked, it will always be unlocked. And obviously this drastically increases the resale value of your phone, in addition to coming in handy if you travel overseas, if you want to use a prepaid SIM card, or if you just want to switch to an entirely different network altogether. So it's really simple and really basic. This message is actually what you get once you have your iPhone's IMEI unlocked and you connect it to iTunes. It will, again, say, congratulations, your iPhone has been unlocked, and you will be able to use it with practically any SIM card, especially since all iPhone 4S and iPhone 5 models are built with the hardware to support both CDMA and GSM networks. Now you may be asking, well, how do you get your iPhone's IMEI unlocked? Let me go ahead and open up Safari here and explain. So in collaboration with Adrian from iPod Uplink and Jailbreak Nation, started this site to provide you guys with the very best IMEI unlock service available. We started this site again because of the incredibly high demand and all of the questions we've received pertaining to unlocking. So in order to unlock, it's very simple. All you have to do is simply purchase an unlock for your carrier. Right now, we do support AT&T and Verizon, with Sprint and UK networks coming soon. And regrettably, while we'd like to provide this service to our viewers without having to charge, we do have to pay various contacts from carriers to get them to put the iPhone's IMEI into their IMEI whitelist database. Now, if you have an AT&T iPhone, it is significantly cheaper than Verizon. That's because the whole back-end process for unlocking an AT&T iPhone is significantly easier than unlocking an iPhone on a different network. So let me go ahead and explain the steps that you would take to have your iPhone unlocked. First, what you need to do if you're not on the latest version of iOS, or if you're jailbroken on the latest version of iOS with Red Snow, which as of filming this video is iOS 6.1.3, then you will need to create a backup of your iPhone and restore inside of iTunes. Once you do that, you should activate it with an official SIM card from the iPhone's original carrier. Once that's been accomplished, you will need to locate your iPhone's IMEI, which is extremely easy to do. All you have to do is go inside of the Settings application, go to General, and then About, and scroll down. You should find your iPhone's IMEI toward the bottom. Once you've noted your iPhone's IMEI, simply scroll down and click on whichever iPhone you have that you want to unlock. Now scroll down and simply input your email address and your IMEI and then click Buy Now. You will then be redirected to PayPal to fill out the rest of the information. And once you receive an email confirming that your iPhone has been unlocked, it's as easy as simply plugging it into your computer and opening iTunes. If you get the message inside of iTunes that I showed you guys earlier stating that your iPhone has been unlocked, you're good to go. If you don't get that message, then all you have to do is restore your iPhone with a SIM card inside of it. If it still doesn't display that message, then just disconnect your phone from your computer, insert a SIM card from the iPhone's original carrier, and connect it back to iTunes. Once it's activated on the original carrier, then insert your SIM card of choice and connect it back to iTunes, and you should be completely unlocked, and again, it's permanent. I hope you guys liked this video and the new service that we now offer. If you did like this video and you want to enter my $100 Amazon gift card giveaway, simply be sure to rate it up and leave a relevant comment down below in the comment section. Once your comment's posted, you'll be automatically entered to win. Don't forget, to be updated more often, just be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And until next time, this is ICU, signing out.